Yo, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and the elders, the bishops, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, shalom to the elect, man. Yo, so I got a video I wanted to play, but you know, all this Epstein stuff and, you know, his ties to the Rothschilds, banking dynasty, all these different ties that he has, all right? Pretty much, you know, he's pretty much like their, you know, the man, you know, that's under Israel, who, you know, they use to forward their wickedness, you know, through these celebrities, all right, through, you know, these parties and, you know, human trafficking, all right, and trying to keep everything under wraps, you know. He's like in charge of Trump and all them guys. We're finding out that Epstein's like the top guy, all right, of all of them. The whole wicked network, man. All right, and he's up under, like there's like a list that I put up yesterday, and you know, pretty much the wicked elites are at the top of it, man. But what we're seeing right now is the Lord is breaking this place down, all right, and the same traps that they set for us, because they obviously own everything. They own your banks, the banking system, the money the money system, all of the criminal justice system, all right, paid lawyers, you know, so they can never get in trouble, really. But the Lord is bringing them down. This is, and the Lord is, see, the trap that they set for us as far as this criminal justice system and everything like that, you know, this whole system is an enchantment and a trap. But the Lord is ensnaring him in his own web of lies, his own trap, man. Yeah, so it says Psalms 9:15, the heathen are sunk down into a pit that they made. Yeah, they made this system. They made this system. Okay? They did everything it was their hands that put this thing together to make it so that, you know, you're oppressed, you're poor, never get ahead. All right, so that they can keep feet in their pockets. They made the, you know, the system, the education system, you know, pretty much creating a bunch of slaves. They made this. It says the heathen are sunk down into a pit that they made, in the net which they hid is their own foot taken. Because, you know, people are wanting answers, so they're doing all types of things. They're searching, they're digging. They're digging and they're digging and digging, trying to figure out what's going on with this. Now you got direct ties to the Rothschilds. All right, the Prince of England or whatever, you know, the Prince Andrew and King Charles, and, you know, their ties to the Rothschild. It all leads back to the wicked elites. The Lord is trying to tell you. It says, in the net in which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. That's how you know it's the Lord doing it, man. It says the wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. This whole system that he set up to try to hide, make you never figure him out. The same system, all right, is about to take him down. So he set this system up, and it's going to take him down. All right, this is a video that I reposted by Redacted. And it says, is the Federal Reserve in cahoots with the Rothschilds to manipulate our markets? This shocking video exposes the hidden ties and shocking history of international banking. Are they funding chaos? Yeah, they are funding chaos. Check this video out. Let's listen to it real quick. Yeah, so, X is a spot where you can get a lot of information. You got to filter it, but we already know that this is leading back. That's why everybody's searching so much.
Have immunity from the internet is passed on. Most of the people involved have been involved since the federal is passed on. Most of the people involved have been involved since the Federal Reserve. And as far as what has come out about the Rothschilds, we knew that because he had Ariana Rothschild was obviously close with him. But him bragging about it should also sound off the alarms, because what I really think we need to do is to start asking questions about the international banking system, particularly the Bank of International Settlements, the IMF, the World Bank, and the groups that are at the very top. Because right now, still, as far as
The groups that are at the very top, talking about the wicked elites, man, who have immunity from anything. They're immune to, they're immune. Like I have the chart. I have a chart that I showed you yesterday. I'll pull it. All right, here goes a chart, right? And at the top, it says global shadow government span of control operates above nations as an integrated global system of organized crime using bribery, blackmail, and other criminal tactics. Board of directors, banking, and industrialist families. Yeah, that's Rothschilds and them. It says secret societies, noble and royal families. Yeah, going back to Prince Charles and hell, BlackRock. All those people are in there. Now you see these it says finance and accounting. It says through controlling the world's financial assets. All right, in this top corner up here. The globalists control the world. You see these little triangles here, or these little squares? There's a key right here. There's a key, Slovakia. It says, the little box with the I in it, immune from laws, taxes, and oversight. Let's see how many people are immune from laws, taxes, and oversight. And it says partial immunity, the negative I, and then the MIC is military industrial complex. So the WF is immune from laws, taxes, and oversight. Look at all these things. Human trafficking, MIC, military industrial complex. It all goes back, man. So just the World Economic Forum is immune. All right. The Bank of International Settlements and central banks immune. It says private and secret. U.S. Federal Reserve, Fed Reserve, NY, Bank of England, France, Canada, etc. So they're not gonna let you get close enough. All right.
as far as I can see, all of these institutions still have immunity from the International Immunities Act of 1945.
Woo! The International Immunities Act. You see who runs the world, right? Let's pull a script. Let's pull a script, man. All right, let's pull this real quick. Yeah. So the Lord is trying to tell you who the devil is, man. There, Job 9:21, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not, where and who is he? See, this is Esau Edom, so-called white man, the wicked elites at the very top. Now people are complaining. Let's listen to that again.
But him bragging about it should also sound off the alarms, because what I really think we need to do is to start asking questions about the international banking system, particularly the Bank of International Settlements, the IMF, the World Bank, and the groups that are at the very top. Because right now, still, as far as I can see, all of these institutions still have immunity from the International Immunities Act of 1945 that created immunity, the inability to look into, audit, or anything legal with the Bank of International Settlements, and 63 banks underneath that. That is still in place to this day, and I believe that that is where the answer to the Rothschild banking dynasty lies. And until we start to fight back against this unjust immunity and the inability to audit or legally look at anything having to do with any of these tentacles that have been around forever, particularly the City of London manipulating the markets for decades, we won't be able to get anywhere. So for me, I just hope that people are thinking.
And also that goes into those three unclean beasts. All right. You know, which goes back, it goes back to that list that I just pulled up that she just talked about. All right. I wish I can circle this right now. I probably could. Let me see if I can circle it. Yeah, let's do that. So right here is a list. So I want you to see it. I don't know how to do this. But yeah. There. No, it's right here. Right here. It mentions it. All right. U.S. Federal Reserve, Fed Reserve, NY, Bank of England, France, Canada, 63 banks in total. UN, World Bank, UN, IMF, Vatican City, City of London. Woo! The Lord is speaking, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. This is heavy. All right.
Thinking, well, why are the Rothschilds' names nowhere, yet they're everywhere? And how come he's saying they have 160 billion? Which bank is that? And again, there's many of these banks, but I do believe all the roads here lead to the Bank of International Settlements. Also very interesting was that he, in those documents, Ariana, I think Rothschild, is saying that they funded Hitler. And then of course, Epstein's like, yeah, so did we. And this goes back to what? Yeah.
See, man, that's all you need to hear, man. See, the Apostle Gabar always speaks about it, man. The international banking families. It all goes back. See, Epstein worked for them. All right? They controlling the wars. They the ones that got the wars going on. They pay for the wars. They get money from the wars. They're the ones that's poisoning you, that got you in a horrible education system. They're the ones that got the whole world the way it is, man. They're controlling everything. But they're being exposed. And that's just a quick video. Hey, Shalom. Hopefully this message was edifying. Shalom.